that's mostly the way I watch YouTube. I used to watch things in my subscription list, but then I think since I started working, I decide, oh, I want to watch Family Guy clips, or I want to watch, like, sometimes I've got a little strand of stuff where it's like cats and kittens and stuff. It's like
that's nice.
Very. I feel like I'm in the very generic part of YouTube. That's not.
I watch YouTube like all day, every day, right? So like I'm always trying to find something. So say for instance, like, oh, I got an hour to kill, or like I'm eating dinner. I guess I gotta go put on like a video that's like just okay to watch, that I'm kind of half interested in, and then I gotta find something to go to bed that isn't too crazy over the top or anything like that, or that I gotta pay attention to too much. It's just like, What would you do if your video was on the trending tab one day? Would you scream?
I would be like, where is the trending section on YouTube? I have no idea.
Same. I mean, I know where it is, but I refuse to watch it, and it baffles me how many people do. To be honest, people are like, yeah, oh man, all these stupid things on the trending page. I'm like, you watched the trending page?
Yeah.
Like, what's on there? Stephen Colbert, like 1,000,000 times. I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
In all my years of watching YouTube, I look at my subscriptions all the time, right?
Okay.
Like all the time. You know how people had this big thing where like your video wasn't appearing in my subscription box? It's never happened.
No, it's never.
Never ever. Sometimes I couldn't see a video, but that's because I'm subscribed to so many people that it gets mixed. And I kind of have it. I don't know if I should say this, but I have like a mild theory that that's what happens to other people. And I know it's just one of those things where it's like your experience doesn't dictate other people. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I feel like I'm on YouTube, I would presume, about 25% to 50%, maybe even 100% more often than other people. Than like your average person, because I'm on there literally all day, every day, watching videos and making videos. Like there isn't like an hour of the day I don't usually have a tab of YouTube open. And yet this problem that apparently everyone has, I've never encountered once. I would imagine I would encounter it the most.
Yeah.
I haven't, and so there's a certain level of skepticism there. I'm not saying that people are lying, but I do wonder if there's like a certain level of like...
I think in most of those cases, it's a case of like somebody who knows what they're talking about will say something like, are you looking in your subscription feed? And they go, oh, no. And then... That
might be what it is. I know a lot of people rely on their recommendations rather than their subscriptions.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, you got to hit that bell icon. I'm like, I've never hit the bell icon. Again, I watch YouTube all day, every day.
I hit it when it first came out. And since then, I think I've knocked out most of them. And I think some of the really early ones that hardly ever post, those ones pop up. But I'm not even sure if I have one on anymore.
I mean, I can't stand it because I think, why would I need the bell when I can just look at my subscriptions? But apparently, like, I'm the only one who sees all of the things in their subscriptions. You know? I
saw and I've noticed.
And again, you would think, that I would use the bell all the time because I'm on YouTube all the time, and I'm subscribed to like 200 people.
But it's the opposite. It's because you're on YouTube all the time, you don't need to check the bell icon because you checked in your subscription list.
Also,
or maybe you think, oh, that person hasn't posted in a while, or I haven't seen one of their videos. And
when you make videos, it's nice to have, when you see that little red notification. That it's like, you can know it's a comment rather than a person has uploaded a video.
Where?
In the notifications, the little bell at the top, right.
Yeah.
When you get a comment, it's got a little red thing.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen it on the same one.
I don't know. I see it very briefly, and then I click it, and then it's gone.
I don't think I have any comments.
Hardly ever happens.
Any notifications now, but yeah, right, the little red dot would be there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, with like a number in it as well, tell you how many you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because I got a couple of subscribers from uploading the Superlight video. Yeah, so... Yeah. I don't think it was the Superlight video, I think it was probably the predictions video. But that's okay. They subscribed.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
This guy's doing supercars.
This guy's someone to check out in the future.
Yeah.
So, I've got to do my job as a content creator and make sure there's content in the future. Which I'm hoping to do this year. just make another video. That's all I have to do. Make one more. I've already beaten last year by one video, but that's by making a video that I promised 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, just keep in mind it's going to be harder this year with your job.
Yep.
Lord knows it's been hard for me this year.
Well, it doesn't.
Videos.
And I'm keeping myself busy as well. That's also part of the problem.
Yeah.
So when I made the Superlight video, it was like, oh, race weekend's about to happen. It's the first race weekend of 2021. And I need to get this damn video done because it's about to become obsolete. Yeah,
I want to shill for same industries. I alluded to this earlier.
Yeah.
In my frustrations with YouTube and stuff, it's mainly actually streaming. I have like a whole bunch of things with streaming, which is it's just not for me. It's basically the summary.
When you say streaming, what do you mean?
Like Twitch.
Okay, yeah.
Like games and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a streamer.
I just don't have the sort of spare time to sit around watching somebody.
There's a million reasons, and they're all little things, and all of them are personal to me. Because I definitely see the appeal for it, but it's not my. But like, there was a thing where I was watching people play like the new Mario game, and I was watching a streamer who. It was so frustrating because every time something interesting was happening in the game, he was reading chat, and he missed the interesting thing. And then every time that he was playing the game, he was missing things in chat, so he was actually playing the game worse. And I'm just like, this is insane. And I was also thinking about, I get really frustrated with people who, they haven't played a game before, and they miss details, and they just, they're focusing on being entertaining, which is totally, fine and whatever. But, the classic miss something in the game and then blame the game for it. I'm not going to name it, but everyone calls it Aaron Hansen syndrome.
The best, there are 2 instances of streaming that actually address that sort of problem that you're talking about. One of them is, well, actually, I had 2 and then the other one's gone. But Chimney Swift 11 once did a stream. I don't remember what it was for or what was happening, but basically he would stream, play the game, focus on the game. He wouldn't see chat, and then he'd stop, and then he'd have a look at the chat for 5 or 10 minutes or something.
I don't think that really works, because what's the point of the live stream then? That to me is just making a YouTube video and then reading the comments after. Yeah. Really. The whole appeal of a live stream is the chat.
But like, there's people's live opportunity to address the problem of the gameplay or something.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting pissed off. He might have a look at chat and go, well, like, maybe someone knows.
This is like a whole topic. Like I said, I have all these little things with Twitch and the streaming that it just doesn't appeal to me. I'm a YouTuber, and that's fine.
Yeah, or maybe a similar feeling, but different reactions when we post a video. I think we both get very anxious about posting the video.
Yeah.
It's like you post it, you're excited about posting it, and then after you post it, you go, what do I do?
Yeah, so, okay.
But what I did was I had a huge high after posting. I was super excited about it.
Explain how your process usually goes.
When the video's done, I'm happy and I can't wait to get rid of the thing and put it online.
Yeah.
And then I put it up, and I'm usually kind of nervous about Reddit because I never go on Reddit. Yeah. I kind of drop it in there. If I just drop it in and run away, no one will care. And I won't read anything that anyone says.
That is kind of how I do it with Reddit, except I do read it. I read the responses like a couple of months later, or a month later, or a week. I'll be like, is it okay to come in? And then like the feelings are like way lessened, so I care a lot less.
Yeah.
Not that I get a lot of negative things on Reddit. I really don't. Yeah. My process is different. I have what Tom Scar has coined as PUD, P-U-D, which is post-upload depression.
Yeah.
So for me, my anxiety just rises when I post a video, because the thing is, I try my hardest to not give a shit about views.
Yeah.
But it's really hard not to when you spend so much time on a video, for me at least.
Yeah.
And so the longer you spend on a video, you have this invisible expectation of how many views and how well it will be. And you don't know what that number is until you see it actually out there. And I find it too overwhelming. So my process is, I typically upload a video at night, just before I go to bed, and then I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I don't have to think about it. Then the next morning or the next day, this is what I do nowadays. I just don't look at YouTube.
No.
For the whole next day, I won't look at it. Maybe even a day or two.
Mm.
And then a couple days later, that's when I'll read the comments. And even then, sometimes I find it really difficult because if I post a video and immediately look at the response, I can't help but go over the top. Like, even if it's only been out for a couple hours, I'm like, okay, so no one likes this video. Cool. Glad I spent so much time on this video. You know, why did I even bother? Why am I even trying? You know, a lot of that kind of negative thought process goes through my mind, and it's really, really difficult. You know, I think the thing is with my creative endeavors is that, just to kind of summarize, I love to create.
Yeah.
Not as keen on putting things out.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, my favorite part is actually making shit. Having it be done is satisfying, but actually posting it is scary for me.
I kind of get that with my magazine in a weird way. Not like in a depressed kind of way, but like when I finish making it, I go, yay, it's done. And then I think, I don't think it's very good. And then I put it out, and then I don't care anymore.
That's what I think. Well, my thing is that I try and put as much into my videos as I can. And I kind of, that's why it's so depressing, is like, if they don't do well, or, you know, that's not being received well, I think to myself, like, what more could I have done, you know? And then I beat myself up thinking, like, this is the best I can be, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the reason I do the Mab and Tom, and also I usually try and do like a reflective piece on my blog, talk about what I think about the video, is I do that because I'm writing down the things that I think are wrong with the video, and then the next time I make the video, I go back and I go, what did I think was wrong with it? And then I fix it for the next time. So every time I'm making sure I'm improving somehow.
Yeah.
Except there was a massive flaw in Resurrect a Race Team at the end of it.
Really?
I actually stuffed it up because I didn't explain why I thought that the Gary Rogers Motorsport method was the right way to go. It kind of makes sense, but I think that it's a little bit lost. So making sure that you answer the question, stuff like that is...
Yeah.
I posted the Superlight video, and I got really excited. I think I probably got excited. I got excited after I posted it, because then I went, alright, this is great. Now I make a predictions video, and I had that kind of awful time making that one, and then I posted it, and when that one was posted, I was like, woo, this is the best day ever, I feel great. And I had, but it might have been helped by 3 cans of Coke. Just it was kind of high on caffeine or something.
I also wanted to say, just I don't know, talking about my projects, how dare, but I just wanted
to... It's Mab and Tom.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's not... It's sure it's Mab and Tom. It's Mab and friends.
Yeah, it's Mabini and the person who's here to just agree with him. No, I just wanted to say, I try and read and respond to all the comments I get, or at least, you know, even if I don't respond, at least, you know, give it a like or a heart.
Yeah.
If I don't respond to a comment, it's usually because I don't see it. That's probably the main reason. Or
sometimes it's really weird, like you don't see it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
On Same Industries, I'm like, oh shit, someone posted a comment 5 months ago.
I will say, you know what, I was talking about how I don't see YouTube, like this whole, it didn't appear in my subscriptions. That's never happened to me, but not seeing comments happens all the time.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a story about that, and if you remind me, I'll say it.
Okay.
But basically, I like to respond to all the comments, but I don't go to the video for the first few days. So if you see one of my videos and you're watching it within the first 3 days or something like that, and then suddenly you'll notice that I've commented and responded to all these comments and liked and hearted them all in like 4 or 5 days after the video is launched, that's why. Because I haven't even looked at it. It's not because I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just because I'm not looking. And I kind of do that periodically as well. Even after I kind of do that initial wave of responding, I'll probably still like leave it like a week maybe before I do it again.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, because usually it's only like a couple more comments after that, after the initial post. But yeah,
I used to, like in my first couple of years on YouTube, 2010 and 11. I used to go into the actual video page and look at all the stuff on the video page. I think it's very different to what I do now. I just drop it and then I go on to the next thing. And then if I get it, I'll get a notification. Did someone post a comment or whatever?
Well, yeah, actually, that's something that I do now as well. That's how I can maintain my motivation. Is that like make a video, like post it, and during that period where I'm not looking at that video, start something else. Because otherwise, if I look at it, I'll completely lose my motivation, and then it's like I don't even want to. So if I just start working on something else in that time period, it kind of helps just kind of jump over. If that makes sense. I was just going to tell that story though, about how, and I can confirm that I don't get notifications for every single comment. Including responses. You know how you ever leave a comment and someone responds, that you get a notification saying someone responded? Apparently, if you get so many notifications, it won't send you any of them.
Oh.
So, there was one time I posted a comment on a YouTube video of a very famous, person on YouTube. And I felt that I was just kind of agreeing with the comments because it was sort of like a negatively tilted comment because they posted a video that was kind of controversial. And I was like, oh, these are my thoughts on it. Or like, this is why I think this happened. And I didn't think about it again for like a couple of weeks, maybe even like a month. And then one day I got a notification with just one person responding to me and I didn't understand what they were saying. I'm like, well, what does this have to do with anything? I clicked on it. That comment had like 100 replies, and that person, the notification that YouTube finally decided to show me was like someone replying to someone else within the comment chain. And by the way, people were not agreeing with me. The reason so many people responded is because they were pissed off. And I was just like, oh my god, when did this happen? But the thing is like, it'd been so long since I posted the comment, I didn't give a shit anymore, so I didn't even read them. I'm like, alright, well, see ya. To this day, that comment might be still getting more and more responses and stuff. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to it anymore.
I love when you post a comment and then years later you get a reply. And you go, I don't even know what this is. This is the thing that we're talking about.
It happens a lot, but I always like to surprise people because I comment on YouTube a lot because I'm on YouTube a lot, and then like someone will respond to something that I said years ago. And then I respond back, and they're like, "Whoa, you're still around?" I'm like, I never left. Or like I often get not often, but sometimes I get comments on like really old videos of mine, like a Let's Play series, and they're like, "Thanks for showing me this little bit." And I'm like, "No problem." I made this video like 10 years ago. But, there's one episode of Psychonauts that gets responded to all the time, and I get a lot of people saying, "Thanks for showing me." Where I was, because 100% of the game, and I showed there's like one level where I got all the figments, and people find it really, really difficult. And apparently, people use my video as a guide a lot. Again, I don't want to make it all about me, but now I'm thinking about how I own Still Alive.
I was. It's like your Twitter is my homepage on Twitter.
That's right.
That's my regular link.
I would honestly say that's good because I try my best to not make my Twitter a hellhole. I try and only post pictures of artwork or fun things if I can. The least fun thing I've posted about is like things happening recently, and I feel kind of bad about it, but it's because like it's literally my life right now, and I feel like I need to let people know. But I don't try and. I don't know, now I think about it, that's like a whole other topic. I'm not even going to say that. But what I was saying is that apparently I own Still Alive. The Portal song. It's mine. I own it.
What I was going to say was that because Twitter's your Twitter's my homepage. On my if I want to look at Twitter, I click on the Ice and Animated Twitter account. Look at that. And then I check if you've tweeted anything new, and I saw. I think I saw it when it came. You'd mentioned it to me. I think in the Hollow Knight recording actually.
Oh, okay.
And then I saw that you tweeted it, and I went you showed you pretty much showed what you told me about.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
For those of you who don't know, so YouTube has this system where if someone posts a video that they detect as too similar to yours, it'll come up with a message saying, we found videos that match your content. Are these people stealing your content? You know? And YouTube is doing that for the Portal song Still Alive, for me. And I think it's because, like, I don't even think I was the first person to post it. I couldn't have been.
No.
Because, you know, I definitely did my Let's Play, like, years and years after. But, yeah, YouTube, I just keep getting notifications saying, this person stole your video. I'm like, no, they didn't. It's still alive. I don't own it. Yeah. And they're like, what do you want to do? Do you want to report them? I'm like, no, stop.
Yeah. Well, you know what I thought was interesting about, like, that screenshot of it? I'm like, these are all small YouTube channels, and there's got hardly any views on each of them.
I know.
Well, so it's basically asking, do you want to destroy a small, tiny,
do you want to destroy this channel under false pretenses? And I'm like, no, I don't want. The other thing I get messaged all the time is Eyes No Beanie as well. They're like, whoa, this is a direct upload of yours. I'm like, I know, it's my channel.
I probably posted it.
Yeah. Well, you probably posted it, but yeah.
It depends which one it was.
So those are my two things that people steal from me all the time is the Portal song Still Alive, which is my property.
Yeah.
And
Nice, no
I feel like I should legally say it's not my property. I do not actually own it, and I do not know why YouTube's doing that, and no, I am not reporting anyone.
No.
Just for legal reasoning, I am not actually claiming ownership of the song. And if you're wondering, like, why don't you tell YouTube it's not yours, it's because I don't know how.
YouTube's dumb.
And also, I kind of worry that, like, say for instance, like, I just say it's not, this isn't mine, I don't care.
Yeah.
What if it went to someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some, like, prick who's like, yeah, I do own Still Alive, and then just starts mass reporting channels. Like, I feel that, like, I'm kind of glad that the responsibility falls on me because I'm not going to do anything.
There are, like, really awful, like, e-girls who do shit like that.
Yeah.
Where they, like, report someone for no reason, just because they don't like them or whatever. They're in a bad mood and they just do that. And I think that's evil.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know much about that, but yeah, this is what I mean is that, like, I'm kind of glad that, like, it's in my hands so that way I can guarantee that I'm not an evil bastard and going to report these people for just uploading the end of Portal.
There's like a name.
If anything, I want to go to their channels and like, good job, man. It's a cool video.
Isn't there a name for like something like that where you're like the peacekeeper?
Yeah. Anyway, I should look into it though and find out how to like give it to Valve at the very least. Because I'm pretty sure Valve, like, they don't really copyright.
They've got a freaking YouTube channel themselves.
They do, but like, I don't think they. Because people re-upload the videos and stuff all the time, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they've literally given people the tools to recreate the the things of the source filmmaker.
I think Valve probably they know how important it is to give people the opportunity to celebrate your product.
Yeah, they're really good
like
with that.
TF2, Half-Life, all these and things like Gmod have taken those things and made them awesome, and that's because of Valve.
Well, that's the concept of
yes,
Gmod.
go for it. Make
Gmod,
this awesome content. Celebrate what we've done.
You know, I think that's something that people really don't respect about Valve. You know, people don't pay attention enough to it. That they are so willing to allow the community to do. Like, imagine if the idea of doing something like Gmod for Nintendo. Nintendo would shut that shit down before
they would immediately destroy it and sue everyone.
Before the concept even left your lips.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that Valve not only supports something like Gmod, but like allows it to be on Steam.
Yeah.
You know, like, take all our assets
and they encourage
and do
it as well, like memes about Gabe Newell and stuff like that. There's
items in TF2 like that. Yeah, and I think, that's really cool and respectable. Yeah. Anyway, that was us talking about Valve. Again, I don't want to know how far off track you want to go. Off topic. But yeah, I guess because I was talking about how I own the rights to Portal. To Still Alive, and I don't.
Yeah.
I would love to, I guess. Why not? Get royalties.
Yeah.
Nah.
I was talking to someone today at work about doing YouTube. I can't remember why. Oh, because I said I was going to come here and record Mab and Tom.
Wow. Full circle.
Yeah. There's
Crazy.
a Mabitom reception. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
But then they were telling me about, like, they were talking to me about, like you can make money out of YouTube, and some people make lots of money doing, like, weird stuff.
And
so
you were like, yeah, I know.
I'm like, yep, I know.
Yeah. People, yeah. There's a lot of weird
Like,
shit.
I am not one of those, but I've been around a long time, and I've seen it.
Yep. How many years has it been for each of us?
Well, it's been 10 for me. It'll be 11 next month.
Where does that leave me?
When was October 2009? So it'll be 12 years this year, I think. Yeah.
Cool. I just leave all the numbers to Mabini. He keeps track of this shit.
Yeah.
He's the numbers man.
Yes.
If for whatever reason the same industry gets monetized, you can do all of the... Like, for instance, do the tax form for paying America. That's a fun thing. I probably shouldn't talk about it because it's very... I
mean, that was the thing that you tweeted about, wasn't it? You were saying, like, yeah.
I'll probably delete that tweet because it's just like me
Okay.
being very, very mad and upset and depressed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I get to get taxed by the American government. Isn't that fun?
Wait, you have to pay American taxes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, kind of. So
You're not running... Yeah.
the American government, which owns YouTube and Google, consider YouTube to be royalties.
Yes.
And so basically what it boils down to is that they're going to tax foreign YouTubers a percentage based off of their American viewership. So the amount of money I make from my American viewers, there is a percentage of tax that they are taking back. Does that make sense?
That's just made me think social YouTube as we know it is going down a path where something very big is going to happen, and it's going to be more like a global thing rather than one country saying, like with Australia and Facebook and all the news stuff.
Look,
I think there's going to be a big thing that happens. That's all.
potentially. Look, and I don't
it's
really
gonna, because it's like this. Just you can't claim something that's global. You know, it should be. I don't know.
I think these topics are too big for us right now.
It's too big.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is there is a treaty that America has treaties with all these countries, right? And you know, there's a certain treaty of you cannot tax someone twice, or you cannot tax someone a certain percent. And it's really fucking funny because the UK, Ireland, I think like Canada and Scotland maybe, you know, all these other English-speaking countries, they get taxed 0%, so they're completely exempt. Australia, 5%. 5% of my American viewers is going of the American government for tax.
Well, is your viewership 100%?
It's not 100% American, but it's like 80%.
Yeah.
So it's kind of real
So
fucking annoying.
5% of 80%.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was telling my mum that, and she was saying that it's probably because apparently our beloved Prime Minister, I say through gritted teeth, decided to get into a fucking fist fight with Google recently, and that could be why the tax percent is 5 instead of 0.
I like how DJ ScoMo runs around pissing everyone off. It's just funny.
I am not a very politically charged person, but he's made an enemy, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? That he literally he decided to take on Google for God knows why.
No, I only know about the Facebook thing.
Ugh, it's all ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to get off this topic now. I can't be bothered talking about it. It's too much, too big of a topic, too annoying. What about my story? Why don't you write mine?
I'd love to write your story.
Well, then do it.
I'll do that. Okay, after I've done my grandma's story, then I'll do your story.
Get a head start before I have a terminal.
It was funny, like I've known you for a long time, but I think there's a lot of things that I don't know about.
Yeah, probably. Everyone's complicated. The thing about writing someone else's story is that you don't know what their thought process is and stuff.
And what their
like.
perspective on the things that they've experienced.
Yeah.
Especially if you were there, you don't know what was really going on the other side of things.
Yeah, I mean, there's also situations where we've both been in a similar situation, or in the same room, but we might have interpreted it differently.
Yeah.
And affected us differently and such. Also, there is a lot of stuff that like I never want to tell people as well about my life.
Yeah.
So that's also like a thing, I guess. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, in my autobiography, I removed chunks of things. Like I wrote a bunch of stuff.
I think.
And then I said to my mum, "Oh yeah, I wrote this bit about this thing that happened." She said, "Don't put that in." Oh, okay.
There are certain parts of my life where I feel that, given enough time, I will be better at talking about it and revealing it and be like, it was 50 years ago or whatever. I don't mind now, right? But I don't think I'm at that point yet.
No.
I'm only 25, man. I'm still young.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, there are subjects that I talk about a lot, but I'm really sensitive about.
Right.
Which is like basically romance and sex, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I talk about it a lot at work, and we joke about it a lot and stuff like that. But that's the thing that gets me down the most, and so sometimes I have to say, like, this thing gets me down. So like, I'm fine to talk about it, but like, it's not.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not my bright and happy subject.
There's certain things that I just don't want to talk about either. I have topics that I just refuse to talk about, or try my best to skew it away from.
Yeah.
I would give you an example, but that would remove the point.
Yeah. Exactly.
I guess it's like politics is sort of a general one. I just try and avoid it in general.
Yeah.
That's more just kind of broad. But there are actual topics where I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'll literally just say, like, I'm not talking about this. Or, like, can you please not? The other day I was watching a streamer, and they were doing this thing where they were playing a game where every single time that they died in the game, they would give 10 gift subs to people. And each gift sub cost like $70. And he died like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like... No, not each individual gift sub. It was like each of the 10 gift subs was 70 each.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how do you get to a point in your life where you're okay about wasting that kind of money?
Wait, so that's 10 gift subs.
It's
and
about,
each one.
No.
So okay.
10
so each
total,
bunch of 10, the total value is $70.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like too much in my opinion.
And he died 5 times.
Roughly.
Yeah, so it's still at like 5 times 70.
Yeah.
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 I'm just like, how do you get? I can't.
It's like
fathom it.
Yeah. It's like
to have that much spending money.
I've never watched a Mr. Beast video. But I've heard that he just kind of throws away money.
He does. He's an what's the word? Philanthropist.
Right.
There's literally a word for a millionaire who gives away money all the time.
Like Bill Gates.
Does he give away money all the time?
I don't think philanthropist just means throwing away money. I think it means
not throwing away, giving and donating.
It. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So that's what Bill Gates does. He donates to organisations for charity.
I respect Mr. Beast. I've watched some of his videos. He's kind of gone to the point where he's just so kind of immensely mainstream and popular that it kind of puts me off. That's just my bias. I'm one of those people that I'm very aware of it, where it's like something is popular, I don't like it. I'm aware I do that.
That's kind of what makes PewDiePie so cool.
I do also.
Is that he's so big, but then he's also kind of underground because no one talks about him.
People talk about him.
Not as much as someone like Mr. Beast.
I guess so, because
not like major controversial.
Mr. Beast is constantly like every video he makes, he's trying to one up himself, which is just insane. Because he has the money to do it, but and I respect him because he's always trying to do things for a good cause. So there's no real fault.
I think I saw one that was something like people like build a house in Minecraft and I'll build the actual house or something.
Yeah. Well, there was one just the other day I saw in my recommendations was like, I'm giving away houses for like $3. And it's like, alright.
That just sounds crazy.
It is crazy. That's the whole point. That's why people click on the videos.
Yeah.
I remember when I first subscribed to him, you know what he was doing? He was cooking microwaves inside of microwaves.
That's cool.
That is cool. That's the kind of... Because he's always been doing like over-the-top shit. Yeah. But that's how he kind of started. And that's when I subscribed. And I don't know. He's kind of gone beyond that. Again, there's no real fault. I don't have anything wrong with Mr. Beast. He's just kind of, I don't know, just gone beyond me a bit, I guess. I've come to the point where, and this is kind of my exasperation with some YouTubers that I've watched. The YouTubers who I value the most are people who have genuine, legitimate passion for what they're doing. To the point where, if they weren't making any money, they'd still be making videos. Those are the kinds of people that I really like. Oh, I love these guys. And this is not to say that, I think that people shouldn't get money off of YouTube. But I do think that it's become so jobby that I think some people kind of resent it. There are so many people that I watch who, like, for instance, they will refuse to post a video until they have a sponsor for it because they need to get the maximum amount of money out of it. And I'm just kind of like, I get it, but, like...
Have you been watching much Jack's films recently?
I have. He's just... I don't know what he's doing. He's just doing whatever he feels like.
Yeah.
So his videos are all over the place.
I think probably he's mentally all over the place.
I think he probably is. He seems like he's trying to just do what he wants a bit more.
I think he's still trying to pump out a video every week or two or something.
He took 2 months off.
Did he?
Yeah.
I look at my own life, I also don't watch a lot of Jack's videos because most of it's Yai or something.
He's slowed down dramatically.
Don't care. I saw
He's cancelled YMS. He cancelled Jackass.
Yeah.
And now it's just Yai and a bunch of new series that he keeps coming up with new series and gets one episode in.
What's YMS? Is that the quiz show thing that he was gonna do?
No, not YMS. YGS.
Oh, okay.
Sucks.
Yep.
He cancelled that.
Because you say YMS, I'm thinking PMS.
I'm thinking of Your Movie Sucks.
Parody music video sketches.
No, yeah. I got to Your Movie Sucks. Adam Johnson.
I made the mistake of once asking the question, "What does PMS stand for?" I get a lot of different answers.
But what I mean is there's this guy.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend him enough. His name is Nitro Rad.
Yeah.
And I've been watching him for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite YouTubers ever. Have you ever watched him? Have I ever shown you him?
I think you have.
Okay. He reviews games,
yeah.
But he also just kind of talks about whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And he literally says it in his videos. This year, he's going to be reviewing all the Jimmy Neutron games. Not because people want him to talk about Jimmy Neutron. Not because Jimmy Neutron's a big thing. He just likes the Jimmy Neutron games. And he just wants to talk about them. And you can see that passion in his videos. He's just I just like Jimmy Neutron, so we're going to talk about Jimmy Neutron games.
I'm subscribed to a guy that apparently loves Ben 10.
Okay.
And I'm just I don't watch his stuff, but I'm it's
great.
It's great that you love Ben 10 that much that you want to dedicate your whole YouTube channel to talking about Ben 10.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is with Nitro Red is the reason he's making videos is because he loves to make videos, and you can see it and you can feel it. Yeah. He's he's a filmmaker at heart. He went to film school, as so many YouTubers did, and he likes talking about video games. And his reviews and critiques are so good because he actually cares. He's not just pulling a score out of his ass. He's actually properly looking into the game and seeing what's good and what's bad. And he's very fair. He's not angry reviewer gamer. He's okay, so this game's. I really like this part, and maybe this part's not so good. And he explains himself, and everything he talks about, you can just feel the passion.
Yeah.
He's not. He gets paid. I'm pretty sure it's his job, but he definitely comes across as he'd be doing this even if he wasn't, and I just love that feeling. He's one of my favorite YouTubers for that reason, and I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Just make him be. I mean, I technically am already because I do not get paid enough to consider this a full-time job.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was saying to my to one of my workmates today. I was saying back in 2017 when the hype was real and Pyro Jungle Infernal update and all that stuff was going on. You're doing pretty well for yourself. It's looking pretty good. And since then, it's gone down a little bit. It's gotten hard. Now your damn computer's not being happy.
I just want to make stuff.
Yeah.
I want to make animations.
I want you to make stuff.
And even if no one watches them, I want to make them because I want to make them.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about. And any YouTuber that kind of has that philosophy, I'm all for. And it's kind of a weird debate because, like I said, people on YouTube, they should be paid for their work, and they definitely should. Do not get me wrong. You should be paid for anything that you do that you put work into.
Yeah.
That being said, there are so many YouTubers who I feel like you're making this video because you have a deadline. You gotta make a video every week. You gotta make a video every month. Oh, I got a sponsor. I gotta make a video. There are a couple of YouTubers who I won't name that they just scream that so loudly. Their videos are good, but I just kind of watch them and I'm just kind of like, there is no passion put in this video.
There's no soul in this video.
Yeah, there's no soul. Not a bad video. It's just I just feel it. So yeah. And then there are YouTubers who I really love. I like Nitro Rider a lot, but there are people who are so big that they can just kind of relax and make what they want. PewDiePie is kind of one of that, though I still feel like he makes a video every day, so they can't all be great.
Yeah.
But AVGN, James Rolfe,
yep,
he just talks about movies and shit. You
know?
know?
I saw, what's the thing he posted something and I can't remember. I do see him pop up in my subscriptions.
Yeah. I mean, he still makes AVGN episodes, and that they probably pay the bills.
Yeah.
But everything in between, feel like
the other stuff is the stuff he's really passionate about.
That's what I mean. It just feels like you just see him smiling, talking about why there's a cardboard box in Dracula, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
He's doing I think he's doing something about this, some niche thing that he's super passionate about. He's doing a whole series on it or something.
Yeah. I
can't remember what it was, but I was just like, well, good on you. Good on you for doing that. Cinemassacre.
Okay. I don't know how to spell massacre, man.
Okay,
Dinosaurs TV show review. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
From the 90s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see, there are AVGN things mixed in there.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure they big things, but just this video, he's just smiling, right? He's just why Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. This is a topic he's thought about, and he's just yeah, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that passion.
Batman Returns is such a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of Christmassy themes.
Christmas, it's the same. It's the same argument of why Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it's set during Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care about that argument anymore.
Yeah.
There's another guy called Scruffy, and he's pretty small. He might have gotten bigger recently. He just loves sound design and shit. And he's made videos talking about the sound design in Pikmin 3, and it's just little bits and bobs. And I don't understand any of it, but I'm this is great. He's so passionate. He knows what he's talking about.
Have you ever watched Fairbairn films?
Yeah.
They released one a couple of days ago. There was something when you wake up before your friend does.
I didn't watch it, but I haven't watched them in a while. But I do see their video from there, so that's great. They are posting videos every day.
They're from South Australia.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, are they from?
They live in the Riverland.
Oh, I thought they were in Western Australia.
No, they're in South Australia and they live in the Riverland.
They've been doing things with Cold Ones. I know they went on that.
Okay.
Cold Ones is, of course, an Australian show as well. Max Mofo and Anything for Views.
Oh, okay.
If we ever get big, we might end up hanging out with Fairbairn Films. I'd love that. Those dudes seem super fun.
No, we'll get big in the next generation. In 10 years time.
Fairbairn actually had a tour around Australia, but it was after I found out about it. I was like, oh man, the one tour for a YouTuber that I could actually potentially go to.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they would have gone to places in South Australia as well.
Yeah. And you would have gotten what they've done. They do comedy skits, which is hell yeah, man.
Well, I just, and they're often really relatable as well.
That's the point.
Yeah. So it's the one where you say the wrong thing at the checkout or something. It's just you're being really weird and then he has to kill them or something.
Small, relatable humour is it's great. It's what Gus Johnson does as well. Have you ever watched Gus Johnson's videos? Actually, he's collabed with
I might have. Yeah, I think
Gus Johnson's fucking hilarious, dude. Some of his videos, his God's Country series, it cracks me up to tears. where he goes back to his home with his very religious mother and just walks around the backyard and just comments on stuff about how like his mother used to abuse him and throw pots and pans at him and shit, while his mother's behind the camera saying, "No, I didn't," and really trying to get him to shut up. It's one of those things you can't really describe, but I highly recommend that series. But I'm thinking of when I get new things, like a new editing program, I'll get that editing program that every YouTuber on Earth uses, apparently. Premiere, I think it's called.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Final Cut Pro, but...
Is that it?
That's one that Channel 10 News use.
No, that's also, I think, what the ABC use, actually. Yeah, it might be.
So it's like, proper businesses that...
Really? I mean, like, man, I just want to...
But they have, like, pre-made graphics things that they use, and they just put them in. Final Cut Pro is not an advanced editing software.